Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we are going to quickly explain how and demonstrate how to upgrade this old HP Envy 2-in-1 convertible laptop to something that is usable today. This unit's from 2016, and you might think there's no way you can get a 2016 laptop to function properly in the world of 2025. It's almost a decade old. Of course you can. The first thing we need to do is to look at what hardware can be upgraded on it. However, in our case, what we did actually was already upgrade this to Windows 11. And you might say you can't upgrade old machines to Windows 11 because they don't have the right TPM or their CPUs are too old. Correct, in both of these cases. However, there's a simple way around it, and let's show you how to do it. We have a full video on it. We'll put a link in the description at the bottom showing you it, but it's pretty straightforward. Basically, you go to Google and get the Windows Media 11 Creator, download an ISO, or just make a USB stick, which is what we have here. Plug the USB stick in, and then instead of just running setup, run this command. So change to whatever your USB stick is, or the ISO is, after you've mounted it. Change directory into sources, and just type setup prep.exe/product server. And you think, I don't want to set up Windows Server. We know. That's okay. This won't set up Windows Server. It'll set up Windows 11. But when you tell it it's server, it will skip all of the hardware checks. Now, this HP Envy runs great with Windows 11, just the way it is. However, we can make it run better. The hard drive on this is a little full. It's only a 256 gig, so we're going to clone it up to 1 terabyte drive, and we're also going to double the memory. Now, both of those things might sound daunting to you. They're not. They're easy. You can do it. So let's show you how to do that, because again, we've already got this upgraded to Windows 11. Now, if you're doing it, I would upgrade the hardware first. It just makes things faster, but you don't have to. Let's show you the upgrades. The first thing we needed to do was to figure out how much RAM is in it and how many slots are in it. So we pulled the back off, which we'll show you in a minute, and we found that there was one 8 gig SO-DIMM laptop memory, the small stuff, inside the unit, but there was a second slot. So we simply went to buy another matching piece. We Googled and found the spec. In this case, as you see here, DDR4 with this speed, rank is important, and the timings are important. CL17 is what this RAM is, as you can see here, and that's what's in the unit. Now, we could have bought exactly the RAM that's in this laptop right now. The problem with it was we'd have to wait a few weeks. And I didn't want to wait a few weeks. I was able to get this TimeTech memory overnight. I've used TimeTech in the past, never had a problem with them. And that'll take about 15 seconds to install. We'll show you that in a moment. And the hard drive was a little tougher. Now, pretty much any M.2 will fit into the slot that's here. But what's already in there is called a 2280. That's 22 millimeters wide and 80 millimeters long. So that's the easiest one to get. It's also the most common size for older units. Newer units are very commonly 2230s. We looked at, as you can see, quite a number of different products that were all inexpensive. So we ended up with this Crucial P310. And why did we choose that over all of these other ones that were, less expensive for sure? Well, it turns out that even though there are some branded products here, like companies you recognize, Kingston and Patriot, yeah, they're often dropping their spec to compete with these Chinese options. And when I say dropping their spec, they're still providing the same guarantees, but the controllers and the memory itself may not be what is spec'd. So you can buy it one day and get one controller, and like this Kingston NV3 used to be the best, but now you can buy that unit one day with one controller on it and buy it a month later and get a different controller on it. P310 has a solid 5-year warranty, really good quality. It's tier 1. It's about the fastest of them all, and it's got a solid TBW. So that's how we ended up with that one. You'll make your own decision as to the quality of the product you want, but I felt for an extra, $10, $15, it was worth going to the Crucial. The last piece of hardware you're going to need is an M.2 NVMe enclosure. I bought a new one a few weeks ago because I was unable to find the one I've used for years. And you can see it $15, $20 Canadian. So, $15 US, it's fine to have a spare. And I use this a few times a year, so it's super handy. Now, one of the nice things about the Crucial is it ships with Acronis. Acronis is a backup tool, but in this case, it's used for cloning the disk. So that's a nice feature, but we're going to assume you don't have that because you didn't buy this, you bought something else. So what do you use? there's a great little tool called Disk Genius. By the way, none of this is sponsored, so if you like the video, big thumbs up, be super appreciated. Subscribe's also appreciated. Disk Genius has given us nothing, Amazon's given us nothing, TimeTech's given us nothing, Crucial. So thumbs up and subscribe especially, super nice. So just go to diskgenius.com, download it, launch it. English, I accept. Sure, put it there, that's fine.
Get your new SSD, plug it into your M.2 kit. You should put it in the chassis, but I never bother. I'm just going to plug it in loose. Just make sure that doesn't touch anything that's, water or metal. And just plug it into the USB. In my case, it'll light up. Yours may not. There it is. And you can see it's found the drive. And all we want to do is go to Tools and Clone Disk. And it says, what's your source disk? Yep. I want the 1/4 terabyte disk that's there as the source. And it says, well, geez, you better use system migration. Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to clone the entire disk. So now it's changed to system migration. Sweet. Target disk, well, that's the only other one I've got, which in my case is a 1 terabyte Crucial. Micron memory on it. Yay. Click OK. And what do you want it to look like when it's done? Well, I want to use the whole drive. I don't want to save any of it. So I'm just going to extend this out so that it has no spare space. That is unpartitioned. I want the C drive to have as much empty space on it as possible. You can see here it's going to be about, 20% full. Set target to boot via USB. Nope. That's because we're going to take this drive and put it inside next. So no need to have it come off the USB. We'll just leave it the way it is for now and select Start. You definitely want to select Prevent System from Sleeping during execution, but that's on by default, so just click Start. And it says, hey, your destination disk is going to be toasted. We're going to wipe it out. Yeah, there's nothing on it. That's just fine. Click OK. Now, this is interesting. We've tested this before. Hot migration works just fine. For 1.25 terabytes, I think this took 1.25 hours, but it only took 40 minutes if we rebooted to Windows PE. So we'll reboot to Windows PE just to make this faster. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Windows PE is the pre-execution environment. It's just a stripped-down version of Windows. Okay, so it's completed. Let's power this thing down, swap the drive in, and double the memory. There are rubber pads, usually, here, and you need to take the back ones off and take those 2 screws out. They use a Phillips 0, that's the star, and these other screws all take a Torx VT4. Now, in case you're wondering, yep, my girlfriend was playing with my hand. Yeah, that's what she does. Okay, so anyway, take this off. Now, sometimes this is hard to get off. If you need to, just get a credit card and slide it under here if you don't have a pry tool. In my case, this is up a bit. I can just lift it. There we go. Let's do the memory first. This little cover just pops off, and if you're popping it back on, you need to note that there's a little clip there, and this needs to go in that clip, in between it, so when you're putting it back on, it just pops on. Okay, that's that. Let's add the memory. Pretty straightforward, and at about a 30-degree angle, pop it down. I like to do things in steps, so I'm going to check the memory first, make sure it comes up. 16 gig, perfect. Power it down. This just takes a small Phillips. You do not need specialized tools. You don't have to unplug anything other than, make sure it's not on power, kind of common sense. Pull that out. Put the new drive in. Now let's just go over a couple of other little things. While you're here, first is the battery. If you need to replace it, easy to do. Just pry this out here with your fingers. It's straight out. The next thing is the fan. If you haven't had this apart before, this will probably be dusty. Blow that out, even if you just have to do it with your mouth. You want to get rid of any dust that's there. That's definitely going to slow it down. If your BIOS is losing its settings, you're getting weird errors on the start, replace the CR2032 battery. Super easy. You can buy those anywhere. That's actually your CPU. This is just the fan. That's a heat pipe that moves the heat from the CPU over here and blows it out. Obviously your memory. This is your Wi-Fi card. You can always tell Wi-Fi because it's got two cables coming off of it. One's an antenna that goes behind the keyboard. The other is one that goes behind the screen. Now let's put this cover back on. As I said, we have to make sure it goes into that slot. There it is. Pop it down. Just clips on. Now I don't screw things down until I'm absolutely done. So I'll just flip this over. Power it up. Yay. That's Windows. Just take a look at the drive. Beautiful. Look at all that free space. Now just right click on the start button and go to disk management. Beautiful. Looks great. Now just right click on the start button and let's go to device manager. Make sure there's nothing weird there. There won't be, but it's just always a good idea to check. Beautiful. No errors at all. And I would say that this machine's running about 30% faster than it was before. And we've breathed new life into it for, $130 US. With a cheap 1 terabyte solid state drive and doubling the memory and upgrading this to Windows 11. We'll get another 5 years out of this machine. This machine could very well see 15 years of life. Amazing. And as we said, you can do this yourself. You don't need to pay somebody to do it. You can do it. So hey, if you found this video useful, big thumbs up would be super appreciated. Subscribe's also appreciated. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always get a hold of us directly at www.urtech, that's www.urtech. Or you can leave a question or a comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody's got an opinion. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.